You're watching SKST Radio.
Well. Welcome to another episode of SKST Radio. You tuned in to the Grayson Show, Small Business Network, and I have a new friend. He goes by the name of Mark Boldt. Hey, Mark, welcome to the show!
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Well, thank you. Man, what you do is wonderful. Guys, okay, so this man is the inventor of something that we all know and we all love. I mean, if you looked at Sesame Street and you saw Ernie and his favorite thing was the rubber ducky. Mark, tell us about yourself.
Hi. Well, my name is Mark Boldt and I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And about, 1998, a while ago, my daughter, when she was 4, actually it was in 97 when she came up with the idea. I just launched it in 98. But in 97, I was revamping a national kids magazine I had. And I said to my daughter as she was walking through the dining room, "Hey, Savannah, what do you think I could put in the magazine and characters, one or the other, and, sell t-shirts and stuff?" She goes, "How about Rubber Ducks?" Now she's 4, and I thought she said Rubba Ducks. I go, "Rubba Ducks?" And she goes, "You're not listening." I went, wait a minute. I wonder if Rubba Ducks would be trademarkable, because I know you couldn't do Rubber Duck.
Right.
And all she wanted to know is, what are we going to do with it if you're going to do Rubba Ducks? What is it? And the next day when I picked her up from Montessori school, she comes running out with this picture, and I should have had it. I don't have it. It's in the other room. It's all framed. But anyways, she came running up to me with this. It looked like a green highlighter color. Mm-hmm. And she said, Dad, I got the best idea. The teacher called me a lucky duck today. And we were playing Duck, Duck, Gray Duck. And I started thinking, SpongeBob calls Patrick a sitting duck all the time. Why don't we do characters?
Wow.
And so she shows me this picture, and she goes, and you make the ducks look like who they are, their character, who they are, their personality, or whatever she said. And I'm like, what's that on its butt? And she goes, kids love tattoos, Dad. So you put a tattoo that reflects who they are.
Oh,
so there
gosh.
was a 4-leaf clover on the back of Lucky, and she thought of making the duck lime green because it's lucky. So from that moment on, we were the very first company in the world that changed the yellow rubber duck, because there were no hats or colors or anything like that prior to Rubba Ducks. And the rest is, it's history, but more than happy to share it with you.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. So a little girl.
She's 29 now.
29 years of experience now, I guess. Is she helping you with the business now, or?
Not as much as she used to when she was younger. Although I'll be honest with you, she was very frustrated. About 2 years later, we got our website up because it was very new. The internet was very new back then. Mm-hmm. And once we put our website up, within a year, because it took a while for all of us to see it, we started seeing a bunch of people trying to knock us off. Now there's like 20 companies out there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's okay.
Of course, people get their own ideas. It really makes me mad.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a compliment, and that's what I tell Savannah all the time. You gotta be open-minded. They're not making them just like ours, but they're doing character rubber ducks. They don't float upright. Some of them suck up water. All this. Ours are weighted on the bottom. This is a sample, but you can see how it's weighted.
Oh, okay.
So you toss this in the water, it'll go up every time.
Wow. Turn that around so we can see real good. So that looks like, is he a graduation? No, it's Frankenstein.
There you go. His name is Duckenstein.
Duckenstein. That is so cool.
This is the most popular duck we have sold to date.
Wow.
And I probably because of Frankenstein and they like the name. I think a lot of it has to do with names.
Yeah.
The more successful ones like Duck Out, our baseball duck. People love that one. Slam Duck. They get it, basketball. So they get that concept. And that's really what it is. Play off of names and things like that. We have over 300 characters.
Need a podcast duck.
A podcast duck. Yes. We don't have a duck with a micro for that. We definitely should be doing that.
Just like that, with the microphone, holding the microphone some kind of way,
Right. No, that's a great idea. You can have it come right up by his chest. So
there you go.
He's on it.
That's it. So let me ask you. So you've been doing this for a while now, and is your ducks, are they in a toy store anywhere, or you just sell them online?
We first started off and they were in all the Toys R Us's when they were around, and they bought like 4 million of them. At the beginning, it was insane when no one else was out there and we were brand new. I got to tell you though, everybody thought, oh, this is great. This must be wonderful. It was frustrating because back then when we did it, being first always isn't the best thing because no one was spending more than $4 on a rubber duck back then. So it was very difficult for me to produce ducks and try to get people to pay no more than $6. That's about all we could charge at the time. And it was difficult to make money because these ducks cost more than most.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine because they're customized pretty much.
Right, exactly. And that they're rotomold. If it, Beanie Babies, stitch and sew, no big deal. There's no loss, no waste. With these, they consider 20% of the product damaged before it even gets made. Because they come out with their heads back like this. That's bad. We don't want it. They toss it. I still have to pay for that duck.
What?
Yep. So
that is crazy.
We made money only because of volume. It makes me think of a Saturday Night Live thing. How do you make money? Volume. Anyways, but after 2008, everything changed. Things got much easier. But we were in all the Target stores. Oh my gosh, Toys R Us. This is a long time ago. All the major ones, everybody was carrying them back then. And then we made a shift right before 2009 when things happened with the economy. We made a shift to mom and pop stores, and we were in about 15,000 stores across the United States that way. And that was much better because they display they don't get lost in a big mass retailer.
Right.
Yeah. So it was much better. And let's see, in 2005, I met a young lady that was trying to become a lawyer here in Minneapolis, and she's from Germany, and she loved the ducks. And she goes, I want to take your ducks to Europe.
Wow.
And I call her my queen of Rubba Ducks, and she's over in Europe. Because Rubba Ducks wouldn't be Rubba Ducks over there if it wasn't for her. And actually, for a long time, Rubba Ducks was more popular in Europe than it was even here. Later on. Yeah, like 2010. Sure. But anyways, we lost her to cancer in 2013.
Sorry.
But she did a great job for us. Ducktoberfest, the funny thing, there's a good story. I always called the event over Oktoberfest. I kept calling it Ducktoberfest. And she goes, when you come here, you cannot say that, Mark, because they'll be offended because this is a really big deal to this organization, the Oktoberfest event. And they wanted these. And they were the hottest thing in Europe. That whole we sold out in 3 days, 50,000 ducks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and all the celebrities wanted them, so they were in all the newspapers. But the great thing is, I show up, she picks me up from the airport, and she's shaking her head at me. I'm like, what? Am I late? What's going on? She holds up the newspaper. It says Ducktoberfest. On the front page.
That was so cool.
They actually used it as like a marketing thing because they were completely sold out by the time I got there. They didn't have any left. And everybody was going to Oktoberfest looking for a Ducktoberfest duck.
Now that's cool.
It was cool. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Wow. So are your ducks in like Oriental trading or anything like that?
Well, no, Orient actually they have their own little ducks.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, they're I'm not to each its own.
Right.
If you buy a rubber duck, this is a fact. The reason I weight my ducks is so that they float upright. Originally, we went out and bought all the yellow ducks we could when they first came out. There's the fatter ones down at the bottom. Those tend to float better because that's why they made them so fat. But none of them had weights in them. But the majority of rubber ducks, even today, even with the other private labels, they don't float upright. But if they have a hole in the bottom, water will get up in it. If a kid squeezes this and water gets up inside the duck, anybody's duck, if it has a hole in it, you will have bacteria in that. I don't care if you get all the water out, it'll still have it in there. Next time you go to play in the tub, more water goes in. Now that bad water is coming out. Kids can get sick that way. It's really hard for a kid to get sick from a little bit of bacteria water in a duck into a bathtub. But regardless, that's why I seal mine and weight them to guarantee that they'll always float straight up and that they don't, bring in water.
Right, right. Wow, that's amazing. See, that's something that people don't even think about. You go and buy those water toys and you don't really think about it. So that's good. So safety is a big thing. And what about the how do you come up with customizing each little duck? Because I've seen on your page, I saw a picture of you and it was like tons of ducks.
Right. We have over 300 designs. 1 second here while we're talking. I should have had this out already, but I call this my Rubba Duck Bible. And you can find them online, but
oh, wow.
All of these are ducks.
That is amazing.
One page after the other. And the point, what they do is the whole concept is they're a lot like you and a lot like me. Okay. And we all have unique personalities. We all have different character traits. And that's what I did with the Rubba Ducks. I made them so like duck skin, which is the football duck. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That is cool.
So we don't license, right? We do not do any licensing. There's no reason to, because if I really wanted to do a Green Bay duck, which we did.
Wow. That's
although I did do a licensing with the cheesehead, but it doesn't say Green Bay, it doesn't say NFL, but you know who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge seller, sold out, don't have any left.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like within months.
How many more football ones do you have over there? You have one with a star on it?
Oh my gosh, I have every duck here. Here's Slam Duck.
Okay, Slam Duck.
and if you notice, can you see all the little tiny things on it?
Yeah.
Details. I'm very, excuse my word, anal retentive. I am so OCD on details. So that's what makes ours the world's premier rubber duck collectible, because it's, it's like the Dolce & Gabbana of rubber ducks.
Wow.
Here's Angel.
Oh, so sweet.
And people think, does that float? Of course it does. It's got a weight on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
But there are just endless ducks. So we do custom ducks. Like we produced when a friend of mine who started the Rainforest Cafe, he creates restaurant concepts. He's got, I think, 7 of them in Disney World. But anyways, he started the Boathouse. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's in downtown Disney. And we produced a couple custom ducks for him.
Wow.
And then they carried all the Rubba Ducks. And I think you can find that photo online. But we make custom ducks for some companies. Like we did it for also Oh, I don't have that one here. A concierge duck we did for hotels.
Nice, nice.
Very classy.
So you're just really touching the surface. You really, I mean, the possibilities are endless when it comes to your product.
Right. And I'm currently working on an animated show.
Wow. That is cool.
Where the concept of the show is it's like a variety show. Okay. So think of kind of like a Saturday Night Live, but it's called Ducks World's Rubba Variety Show. So the Ducks World, it's a world of just ducks. And the celebrities are Rubba Ducks. Everybody wants to be a Rubba Duck. Right. And the regular ducks are all those companies that have been knocking me off. So
I'm the news reporter in the show. I'm the news reporter.
You could be. It'd be just your voice.
There's
fine. No people. They're just
that's
ducks.
Fine. I'm the news reporter.
All right, there you go. We need good voiceover. So the concept of the show is that they do sketches, and when they go and do the sketches, for example, the duck, sitting duck, which is
sitting duck
right here. Sitting duck, everything bad happens to him, right? We all know that. You're a sitting duck. You're a sitting duck. But in the show, and I'll show you a picture, in the show, I don't know how, can you see the character right there? Mm-hmm. It says Rubba Heroes. Dependable, bendable, stretchable. They're basically like Stretch Armstrong, but they're superheroes. So sitting duck, everything bad happens as a duck. But when he goes into his human suit and they're doing a sketch on Rubba Heroes, he goes out in the front and takes the hit because he can handle it.
Oh wow!
Because he's used to it.
He's a superstar.
Turns it into a positive thing.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Then we have Rubba Ducks. We have a Double O Duck. He's Duck Pond. So we have all these different cartoon shows that will open up more opportunities for the brand.
Oh, wow.
Offering other toys and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's entertaining and it's fun for kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you got so much going on. How do you find time for all of this?
Oh, making time. Actually, a while ago, I thought I was ducked out and I was going to retire and just be done. Just because things have changed so much in the world. Right before the pandemic, I was actually considering it. And then when the pandemic happened, I changed my mind. Things changed in the, I don't know why. I really don't know why. But actually during the pandemic, I got excited again and I got approached for the animated show. And I was like, all right, let's go full steam ahead again.
Let's do it. All right. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. And the best part is the fact that it's my kid's idea or my daughter's idea. And you notice I had pictures up on the wall. That's of my stepdaughter.
Okay.
The thing is that this builds self-esteem in children. If the fact that I went and told the story on the Today Show, Rosie O'Donnell, all these places saying it's my 4-year-old daughter and I just acted on it. That built her self-esteem and gave her confidence. And she is very successful in the art industry, in more fine art type thing, painting and things like that. And also selling art and working in museums. That's really what my daughter does now. So,
oh, wow. That's amazing.
And that is all because of the confidence. And anybody can do this with their children. But, it's not like we got a manual when we had kids.
Right, right. Well, I'm going to always remember that story because it's set in her mind. It was in her spirit. And she came back from school.
Yeah.
With the whole concept,
Right, I know.
That is amazing to me. It's like she thought about it, and she even had.
She wouldn't even go to bed the night before.
That is.
She was like, Dad. I'm like, go to bed. We'll worry about this tomorrow. And by the way, when we went online to see if Rubba Ducks was available, it was still dial-up. That's how long ago this was. But this is the worst part of it all. I'm not even kidding. I have been pulling my hair out for 3 years trying to get Wikipedia to recognize us.
Yes.
You know why? We had all our PR. I mean, 4,000 news articles. You can find a lot of it on our website. But the problem was it was all before 2003. The internet was barely going. So none of these newspapers were showing their articles, not like they do, nothing like they do now. But some of them just, published online. But it was, that's all that Wikipedia is links to articles. So it was difficult. I'd show them an article and they're like, no, it's got to be online. And I can't post it. I'm like, But we finally worked through that. So I believe it's going to be live in a month. We finally got through all this.
Nice.
But it was very frustrating because I felt it was important for me to have that, not my legacy, but I wanted it recorded, that we were the first ones. Right. And I mean, everybody knew we were, in the industry, but
right. But no, you're right. It is a legacy.
That's one really thing I am proud of.
Yeah, you should be. You absolutely should be. I mean, like I said, this is amazing. And you made the trailblazing, you did it and you got people to follow behind you and you set the example. And now people trying to take your ideals and run with it, but they can't because you have the original. You have the best ones, and there's also cool and cute that you
are. People love them. It's really funny when I used to sell. I brought in like 160 salesmen, and I'd sit down with them. They're like, "How can we sell this? I really don't know toys." I'm like, "Listen, you don't have to do anything. You grab 6 ducks, you put them out on the table at lunchtime. Once the buyer gets there, you put them out. You leave them in a bag. You do not take them out until the buyer gets there. You don't even need to talk about Rubba Ducks. Just put them out on the table and enjoy your lunch.
There you go.
Get to know the buyer. Every person, excuse me, I'm sorry. I know you're having lunch. Looks like you're having a meeting, but where did you get these ducks? Oh, these are so cute. I know my kids would like them. I'd love to buy them. Where do I buy them? At the end of the lunch, the buyer's already signing up.
That is amazing.
Let them sell themselves because that is what the ducks do. They sell themselves.
Well, when we get our duck, that's going to be our theme duck, and we will have it up, and we will put your little information
back there, right behind you.
Okay,
we will set it on the shelf, right?
I'll put it on the shelf where the plant was. We're going to make it happen. So, Mark, tell people how to get in contact with you.
Well, they can go to rubbaducks.net, RUBBADUCKS.net, and that's how they can go shopping for ducks. It's the best place to go because we have them all there that are available. Unless you want some styles that have already been sold out, then you'd have to go to eBay. But the pricing seems, we check it every once in a while, and the pricing seems pretty fair. It's nothing like it was back in 2001 when we first launched them and no one could find them. They were selling for $600. Wow. It was crazy. I'm like, I wish I was selling it for $600.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, though. Do you get a lot of people wanting to have some customized just for their events or, something that they're doing?
Yep. We've made custom ducks for, breast cancer awareness because we own Decure. And that's just an all pink duck. Here we go. Decure.
Oh, wow.
So we did these for Yoplait and General Mills. We've done it for, was it Chrysler? We did 100,000. I don't know. So I can't remember. This is back in 2004. But we've done custom. Soccer, the World Cup. We did that for Germany back when it was in Germany, 2006 or 5. I can't remember. One of those years. We did 50,000 of those. We've done them for duck races before. We have Ducktona. Yeah, so we get emails from customers. I would say once every 2 weeks, we'll get someone that says, we're looking for a duck. It's, we want our own style, blah, blah, blah. We will help them with it, but our ducks are more expensive because I'm not going to make them a duck with a hole in it. I have no interest.
Yeah. right.
And
right.
and if you weight it, that's 50 cents right there.
Yeah.
So most people want their duck under $1. A lot of people, the ducks that are sold out there probably cost less than $1.50 to make. Ours costs over $2 because of the weight and all the details.
Right.
Yeah.
I would pay over $2 for a load.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Nowadays it's changed. You wouldn't have had that attitude in 2001. You would have been like, $6? What are you, crazy? That's how people were. It was funny.
Yeah.
They were just crazy. But there's like 20 million duck lovers out there. And I'm not talking little kids. I'm talking adults.
Yeah. It's funny. I just interviewed the people from Amazon's Three Pines.
Oh yeah.
I interviewed all 3 of the stars on that show, and one of the stars was a duck. Remember, the old lady had a duck on that show.
Oh right.
Remember?
Right. Yes. I don't think it was a rubber duck.
Yeah. They need a rubber duck. I mean,
yes. We've had a lot of placements.
Amazing to have a duck.
We've been very fortunate. I could show you tons of photos of famous. We were invited to the the American Music Awards one year. I think it was like 2002, or maybe it was 2001, and there we met Trisha Yearwood, and she's like, "Oh my God, you got to go to the Country Music Awards next week." And we're like, well, here's my card. Next thing I know, next week I'm at the Country Music Awards backstage, meeting all the country. And I'm not a big country person, but there's nothing wrong with country music.
Yeah.
But had all the ducks. They were signing them. We gave away ducks there. So we started giving away ducks to the celebrities in their gift bag. Mm-hmm. We did that for about 8 years. The Oscars, the Academy Awards, the Grammys, like all the gift bags had Rubba Ducks. Every year they kept asking for them. That led to Britney Spears had a baby, and she's like, "Oh, I want to give everybody a duck spa." So we gave her a bunch of duck spa ducks. It was in People magazine. And then let's see, who else? Oh, Paris Hilton, when she turned 21, she wanted everybody to get a duck in their hotel room in Vegas because she had a big birthday party there. Mm-hmm. And she had us provide her with a variety of ducks that she could put a different one in every. And apparently someone said she decided which person was going to get which duck. And had them in their room waiting for them.
That is so cool. You know, another good company that did stuff like that. I used to work for E-Women Network.
I actually did.
I should have known Sandra Yancey. That's something she would love.
Yeah, they work. Oh my gosh. We've done some placement with them before too. Sex and the City, I think, came from them. Wow. If I'm not correct. But we were on Sex and the City. We're in Harry Potter. We've been on Judging Amy when that was on TV. Frasier had a Rubba Duck on there. Let's see what else. Friends.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, your duck have made some real
down. Yeah, it had nothing to do with me. It's the love of ducks.
It's the ducks.
That's it.
Well, I got to let you go, Mark.
This has been wonderful.
You. I know. I got to have you on the show again.
Anytime.
You've been wonderful. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Stay in contact. Well, we're
I will. I'll send you some ducks.
Yeah, send me some ducks. I would love to have my own duck.
Please.
And so if you need us for anything, marketing, or just to say hello, I'm here for you. And thank you again for being on the show. This is a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers are going to enjoy this.
Thank you so much, Cammie. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, guys, until next week. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Mark.
Bye-bye.